Well, we're up. Well, we went to bed super late, obviously. I think I went to bed at about 3:30 a.m., something like that. And the bugs were pretty bad there at first. And I just couldn't sleep. I just couldn't sleep. I don't know why. I think, well, mostly probably because it was a bit cold. Like it's almost 12 Celsius now, and it went down to 6.5 Celsius. So that's pretty cold. You know, that's as warm as you're ever gonna get. We're in July here, almost in August. This is the warmest time of the year. So yeah, it's just super cold climate, especially down by the river here. Up high back on the trail, it was warm, but the bugs were just insane there. Here it was, well, I don't know if you can see the bugs. There's quite a bit of them around. I put some bug spray on, and now they're pretty good. But yeah, with a wood stove and heat, I would have slept well. So then I got up and I just started looking on my maps, and I was looking at all these old trails I used to clear out, and I was trying to figure out where they were. And I think I'm going to run into some of them. I'm pretty sure some of them haven't been used for a long time, and now with the logging they've done, they're probably lost. So I was just looking at my maps, and then the second time I went to bed, it was just starting to get light out. It was probably about, I don't know, 6 a.m. and I slept for probably about 3 hours, but I slept really good, and I feel great. Probably don't look great, but I do feel good. So we're gonna cook up some breakfast here. I had to put my long underwear on and long sleeve shirt on and my little toque here, because without it I was pretty cold. And that's part of the problem too. I should have just wore that, to bed. But I thought I read somewhere, somebody said that if you sleep just like naked, that's in a sleeping bag, that will give off the most heat. But I just proved that doesn't work. At least it doesn't work for that sleeping bag and for me. So, I mean, I wasn't naked, but I was just in my underwear, and I did have actually a shirt on. But still, as soon as I put my long underwear on, we were good then. Beauty little creek. It's a nice little pool here. I don't think there's much for fish in this creek. But if there was any, I think they'd be right in there. It's not very deep, but... Geez, too bad I didn't have Chevelle. She could swim in there. We've never actually... Well, we've been on this trail, but we didn't spend a lot of time here. I think the last time we were here would have been 2016, and Chevelle was running back then. So she was 10, and she was just giving her. Full on, 100%. She was slowing down a little bit, but she climbed the top of Cap Ridge. It's a heck of a climb, this whole area. Well, we took off from that lease back there that time. I drove my truck there and unloaded. And I wanted to fix up this, look at this. I never do that, by the way, ever. I never hang my food, very rarely. I did last trip, and I did on this trip, but usually I just leave it right by side. It's probably not what you're supposed to do, but yeah, it's a cool trail. But yeah, there was this spot up here, and it was really dangerous, especially for somebody on a quad. Side by side, they'd probably just roll over on their side, but on a quad, you'd get hurt pretty bad. So Yeah. So anyways, I took, I think it was 2 different trips. I think I came back twice, and I was cleaning this section out right here. So that was in 16, and it was, you know, it was pretty grown in. You can see some spots where I was cutting. Oh. Another one hit by lightning. Ooh, what's this? Looks like someplace a Sasquatch would live over there. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that, eh? Unless that was from a really, really old forest fire, but yeah, lightning. When I'm in town, it's all, you're always looking, and it's always up in this area, this lightning, you know. And here we are down by the river, but the creek. So yeah, lightning just happens anywhere. It just actually happened in town the other day. Lightning hit a tree and knocked it over and took out the power line. So yeah, this just curves around, and then it starts a good steep technical climb again. And there's a section of trail that's washed right out, and there's a bypass. So, I mean, people have used that trail, but I think it was before 2016 that it was used a fair amount. And then, judging by this, nobody's been using it, because I'm the first guy to go through there this summer. Or maybe the second. I couldn't see any tracks, but it definitely wasn't many tracks through that tall grass. I would have seen it. So yeah, well, we're gonna cook up some grub, and then I'm going to, I think I'm just gonna, I'll get all loaded up, and then I'll keep the chainsaw handy, because we're gonna need that today. And then I'm going to, I'm just gonna clear out this little farther up there, gets more grown in. We'll just clear that out. Give the quad a once over, check the oil, engine oil and stuff, make sure everything's good. Yeah, it's gonna be good. We'll find a spot here to make a little fire. These bugs are just brutal. Hopefully the little bit of smoke will get rid of them. Got my little bucket ready. Just to be safe. It's pretty wet here along the banks and stuff, but it is fire season, so gotta be ready for it. We got a good water source here close by. We have to put it out fast. Well, she's warmed right up. Well, we got our pierogies going here. Pierogies and butter, salted butter. Look out, folks. Yeah, it's it's a lot of work to eat this way. You know, to do this day in, day out, if you're on a big, long camping trip, it's just, especially like when you're by yourself, it's just so much work. Be better if I had my my wood stove built for my ice shack, and then I just cook on there after a nice warm sleep. Hot bath. Or have your butter. Yeah, a nice warm bath, warm up the water the next day, and that's the way to live in the bush. If you're gonna be out here, you might as well be comfy. Is that you, Chevelle? Coming to see me? Is that you, girl? You're a butterfly now? Go get the ball! Look at this, eh? Look at that. Same butterfly, now over by my fire. It was over there on the side-by-side, now it's over here. Maybe that really is Chevelle. Is that you, girl? Well, if it is, follow me on the trail. And when I get to the top of this mountain, if you're there, I'll definitely know it's you. Don't go in the fire, it's pretty hot. Well, that's cool. I got this little battery bank here, or whatever. It's got 4 dots on it. And it's still showing 3 dots. And it charged my my headlight. It's fully charged now. Look at that. I was expecting it to go down, but for some reason that is super awesome. So I should be able to get like 2 full charges on this light just with this. Whatever, while I'm driving, I'm still gonna charge that up. That's pretty cool though. Those are really handy little things because, I mean, you got the USB ports, and I got actually another one that's gonna have 2 other ports. But whatever, if you're hiking or something, it's super handy for that. Yeah. I'll put a link in the description of the video of that too if you want to get one of those. Amazon. Well, that was a hell of a trip we did last night. Wow, that's travel not recommended. Wow. Doing it in the dark didn't help, but luckily I knew those trails and I've been on them lots because, yeah, if I didn't, I would have just probably stayed up in that cut block somewhere because that's not the place to be trying to navigate. Without my map, there's no way I would have got out of there because it all looks the same. There's nothing for reference points. You just be walking around in the dark, you know, for nothing. But like I say, I'd hiked it, and I mean, I'd ridden it several times before they logged it. Of course, when they logged it, it changes everything. But yeah, we won't be doing that for a long time. Well, let's try a little Mac out. See how he's doing. There we go. Open sesame. got easy access for little Mac here now, so he'll be able to come in and out easy. Won't have to dig him out. I'm sure we're gonna have to do lots of clearing on this trail. Yeah, definitely hasn't been anybody here for a while. I think Dex and them came here last year though. But this year it doesn't look like anybody's been here yet. We're running, this thing just idles over everything. It's so fun to drive. We're running 7 PSI because I got a slow leak on my left rear tire. And patches and holes and everything else. And so I just made the other ones at 7 PSI. Yeah, it's just really, really old bush, really old and rugged. Bugs galore, like crazy. Crazy! Yeah, I'm just in two-wheel drive, and you can really tell now that I've let the air out. It just idles and putts around. This always used to be a sketchy spot right here. Let me get out for a sec. And the quads, you know, because quads are such short wheelbase, especially the older ones, like the, you know, 90s and early 2000s. But I remember coming up here, and it doesn't, like, it looks like nothing right now when I'm looking at it. But we had a few people, you know, just about come over backwards here. I think just maybe hitting it too hard too, and then they kind of pop a bit of a wheelie, right? But this is what a trail should be. Like, you know, there's places that could be cleared out a little better, but just a rugged trail with like obstacles and rocks, and you know, they're not meant to, these trails were not meant to ride like these new side-by-sides, you know, 220 horsepower. I mean, where are you going to use that out here? You're not going to use it here. But I mean, I guess if you like to drive 100 miles an hour everywhere, fine, but I don't know. I just think it's so fun just putzing through the bush real slow. Yeah. These Zillas, man, they're just working really, really good. You wouldn't think a tire that looks like that, like a kind of a mud specific, would work so good, but I think it's just the soft compound. Like, I'll go up here in two-wheel drive, it won't spin a wheel. Look at this, eh? You can just tell she just gets super windy here. Look at it. Trees broken off everywhere. Super, super rugged in here. Yeah, so that spot that we fixed up is just around the corner, and it was just a big hole. I'm really, really curious to see how it is. Now, it was 2016, yeah, we were last up here. Well, here's the trail I just fixed up. It was all washed out. I filled it in with a bunch of logs and rocks and dirt, so well, hopefully it holds up. Find out if it's good or not. We shall find out. Well, there she is. Actually, didn't do too bad. Washed out a little bit. I'll put some big rock in there to slow that down. But for the most part, it held up. And that took me 2 different days, like, to get here to this spot because the trail was so grown in. But before that hole, like, if I stood in there, it'd probably be up to my shoulders, right? So now here's what you had to do. It was dangerous no matter what you were riding, but so you had to side hill this. So you had to go up here, and I mean, you can kind of do it. Well, I don't know, it's so tight. You drop your back wheel into here, which I'm sure somebody did, and you're over, you're done, right? So I put these, there's a couple of big rocks. I don't know if I moved them or not, but I just filled it all in to slow down the water flow there. You can see, pretty much did its job. So I'll just fill this in right now, and then we'll just climb up, just like we did last time. Okay, there we go. I bucked up two trees there, and I laid them all in there, and then I just kind of covered them with rock and dirt and a little bit of topsoil there. So that'll definitely hold it up for a little longer. I mean, it's lasted since 2016, and it was just a little section that washed away in all those years. So once this packs in, it'll be good. It just slows everything down. It needs a diversion up there, but it's too much work to do by hand. But yeah, I mean, it's been good. That's all you have to do. You have to fix them before they're totally screwed. And if I wouldn't have fixed that one, this one, you wouldn't even be able to make it up here, because you couldn't really straddle it either. It was just a wide one. Okay. Just like that. Got another one to cut. Well, that used to be the trail, and it's just completely gone, completely washed out. And this is the bypass somebody built. That was there when I got here in 2016, and actually at that time, it looked like somebody was using the trail quite regularly, and I don't know, it's probably maybe a little too gnarly for them there now, and they don't want to travel it. But this is a bit of a sketchy spot because it's like pretty steep and side hilly. We'll put it. I'll put it in diff lock and just see what it wants to do there. Or I might have to winch up here. I had to winch with the brute force. Okay. Well, we're gonna winch it from there. We're not going to chance it. It's too steep. If I flip it over backwards there, it's not gonna be nice at all. It came halfway up there, but I just too chicken. I don't want to roll over backwards. When you're by yourself like this, you don't take chances. Hopefully my e-brake keeps on holding. It is holding. Oh. Yeah, you can see she's pretty. The camera kind of makes it look like it's not that big of a deal, but whatever. As soon as my back tire pops up, that front left tire was off in the air, you know, about a foot. So I'm gonna chicken out here. I don't want to take the chance. So we're gonna bring the winch out, and we'll be good to go. Yeah, I just drove over that. That was I shouldn't even have drove over it. And that's my bad tire too. I just drove over that. I was kind of already on it when I seen it. I guess I could have backed up. Get cocky because I have a spare tire. It just bulged up though, and I don't think I heard it. Okay, I'm gonna cut that off. That was probably cut in the winter. That's why it was, you know, there was a little bit of snow on the ground. That's why they didn't cut it flush. Yeah, that's just a straight down drop off. Like even like coming down there is even pretty sketchy. Not as bad as going up, but geez, I don't know what to do here because there's a big root. It's almost like it needs to go straight there. Get rid of this crossing. It's almost like it needs to come through here. This tree would have to come out, and there's plenty wide here to fit through, and then buck these and this little one here, and then you just come here, and it's a nice transition down to, instead of a straight up bank, it just comes up nice here. And it's not that side hilly here. It's not that steep. So even for coming up the hill, you know, people kind of come up here and they just curl up there, you know, and then you just leave the other trees. You always got the trees in case you roll, you know, something to stop you, right? Yeah, you can see I'm right up against that tree there. Okay, well, we made her. Let's keep her going. We got to get up this little section here. I'm going to cut that log out of there. Boy, we're not making it too far. If I was to walk to where we camped last night, I'd be, you know, 10 minutes to get there. Yeah, this is super sketchy here because if you get off to the side here, not good. This almost needs a little railing here, and then that, you know, to ensure that that don't happen. But it's okay. It's better on the side-by-side because it's longer. You can see somebody here took it too wide, got over here, and their back tire must have fell off the edge here. Yeah, that wouldn't be a very nice rollover. Okay, well, we got through that area. I think that's it for sketchiness for a bit. Well, we got a little more climbing, then other than that, we should be okay. Wow, man, this trail's not being used at all. I can cut some of this stuff, but geez, there's just so much cutting to do. I don't know. This stuff you can get by, you just drive over it. If somebody else wants to cut it, they can. There's where we came from last night, up in those big cut blocks up there. Yeah, so according to my map, the cut line, the main cut line is just to the right. So what they did was back, whatever, 60s, 70s, 80s, when they were doing exploration lines, they're just these straight as an arrow cut lines. That's all these trails that I'm riding. But what's cool about this one is because it's such gnarly country, there's tons of bypasses, so it's a total zigzaggy trail. Like, it just makes for a great, awesome trail. But this part is like basically expert only. Like, you don't take somebody up here that doesn't ride very much, or like, even there's spots back there that I was a bit scared there. You know, it's definitely got to be on the ball, know what you're doing. But it'd be nice if that area back there could be fixed up. But yeah, this is the trail I'm going through. This is what it's been like the whole time. Just Dex and them rode it last year, and I'll bet you before then, and probably sees like one guy a year. Here's the original trail, I think. I think this is, yeah, because I remember always having a real wet spot. This is it. This is the driest time of year, so. But this is the original cut line trail, and then because this got so washed out and muddy, this little trail over here. Well, actually, you know what? No, back there was like a cat had pushed that through, so I don't know if that means like sometimes, well, they might have went through with the cat or something, and when they built the road, maybe it wasn't quite frozen, and they fell through, so then they came over on this side. I don't know. But anyway, we're just going to clean this up here, and we're going to make our way through and try to get to the cut line. Jeez, I'm just trying to get to Cap Ridge. It's taking me forever. We should be good here once we get past this section, because Dex did a bunch of clearing last year, so I won't have to open up the whole thing, I don't think.